So if you're interested in new construction homes in Palm Beach, Florida, if that's the case, this video is for you. This week, we're going to check out the new construction community of Avondale in Avenir, Florida. Avondale is in the master plan community of Avenir, which is located in the beautiful Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. My name is Ray Fernandez. I'm with Living in Palm Beach, Florida, powered by eXp Realty. Welcome. If this is your first time to our channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button there over in the corner. While you're at it, ring that bell. What that'll do is that'll help notify you each time we put out new videos. We put out new videos every single week. So if you're wondering what it's like to eat, sleep, and drink in this beautiful part of the world we call sunny South Florida, this channel is for you. 16 years ago, my family and I relocated to here in Palm Beach, Florida, and we haven't looked back. Today, we truly find honor to help people, perhaps like you, do exactly the same thing. So if you're wondering what's involved, or you have questions about what goes on in terms of relocating to here in South Florida, and you want to ask those questions from people who've actually done it, there's a few ways to get a hold of us. Down below is our email address. That's one great way. Also on this screen, you see our phone number. You can either call or text that number. Two great ways is in the description and in the comments section, there's a link. Click on that link. What that'll do is that'll help set up some time for us to speak, either through a phone call or through a Zoom, whichever way you feel most comfortable. In any case, we have your back when it comes to relocating to here to sunny South Florida. We've helped so many people relocate to this beautiful part of the world, and we absolutely love it. We have done videos in the past on Avenir in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. This video is going to be a little bit different. We are looking at the subdivision within Avenir, which is called Avondale. Welcome to Avondale, Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. Well, there's a lot going on here at Avenir in Palm Beach Gardens. We started this project, they started this project here in Avenir probably about 3 years ago now. It started with the first builder was Toll Brothers. They added Kenco, which is the community of Coral Isles. Shortly thereafter, sometime beginning of last year, they had K. Hovanian. Two new builders now coming to the area. Actually, one that's actually started already, and that's where we are today. Pulte Homes division of Devasta is here, and they call this community Avondale. When all is said and done, Avenir is going to have a total of 3,950 homes. At least that's what it's planned. It is in an area that is huge. In fact, only half of Avenir right now, only half of the area that's cleared is actually dedicated to building here. They have a huge, like not wetlands, but conservation. They have like a protected area. So everything to the north of Avenir is protected and not going to be built. Avondale is located in the very northern end of Avenir. So everything that's built, everything that's north of here is you can rest assured you will not have any neighbors when it comes to, if you buy a home here in Avondale, anything to the north will not be built on. So right now, if you're coming into the community of Avenir, you have a glorious entrance for all the communities, but that comes through what they call Avenir Drive. They are currently working on, to get better access to this community, they're working on opening up Coconut Boulevard. By opening up Coconut Boulevard, it will make it easier access here for the people in Avondale. We are the most northern part, so we are the furthest here in this neighborhood to be from the that main street that goes through the community on the south end, which is North Lake Boulevard. So we are in the very, very early stages here at Avondale. In the end, they're planning on having 392 homes, so not too big, not too small, and they've only really sold literally less than 20 now. So if you want to get in on the ground level of a great community in Avenir, in Palm Beach Gardens, this is a great opportunity. To give you an idea of the conservation area, this area in all of Avenir, when they started the project, was a total of 5,000 acres. Of the 5,000 acres, 2,400 is protected property. One of the things that people like, when I bring clients here, one of the things that people say is it's a little bit far out, Avenir. We are pretty far west compared to the rest of Palm Beach Gardens. But having said that, when all is said and done, I promise you, this place will look very different in about 2 years' time. Slowly but surely, we are getting some information about what's coming here. They're going to build an Avenir town center, which is still in the making. And one of the anchor stores there, if you're not from the area, you should know that Publix is one of our big grocery store anchors. That's going to be the anchor in the town center. And that anchor store is set to be here in January of next year, 2023. It's set apart for some medical. Just got word of this week, basically. Jupiter Medical Center is going to be here on the premises in Avenir, similar to the other master plan community, Westlake. In Westlake, they set aside some room for medical facilities, which ended up being the closer hospital to them, Wellington Regional Hospital. They did that there. Here in Palm Beach Gardens, they're going to have Jupiter Medical Center here, right on the grounds here in Avenir in Palm Beach, Florida. Go ahead, hit that like button there in the corner. What that'll do is that'll help get more and more people in to see this video. It'll help get more and more people in to see our channel. It'll help us help more people like you perhaps relocate this beautiful part of the world we call Palm Beach Gardens and South Florida. I'm excited to have this community here because when we sell homes here in Avenir, we were relying on basically three builders. There are two new builders. This one here, which is a Devasta builder, which is Pulte Homes, that gives us a whole nother avenue of homes. The other thing about it is when you look at like Toll Brothers, who was one of the first builders here to the community, they're getting close to selling out. They have two communities at Toll Brothers. One's Wingate, and one's Watermark. And Watermark has something like in the order of less than 10 homes left, and Wingate has less than 20. So they're getting close to finishing out there. And one of the reasons I bring that up, which you're not going to have that problem here at Avondale, is because when it comes to the available lots of land, you have a lot to choose from here. If you go to some of the more existing, the more established developments here in Avenir, you're going to have less because they've already started building, and you're going to have less of a choice when it comes to lots and lot premiums. They basically have two collections here. One is called the Classic, and one is called the Estates. The Estates are slightly larger plots. There's certainly more money. The bigger homes are going to go on there. Now, I recommend, if you have the budget to do it, I recommend going for the Estates. I look at this similarly to what happened in Westlake. The Estates at Westlake, although there was more money and people shied away for the extra $100,000 it cost to get land there, it was worth it. In the end, I think the value was definitely there. I suspect that's going to be the same here. So here in the Classic selection, which is smaller, the lots of land are 50 feet by 130 feet. And on the Estates, it's 70 by 130, so it's slightly larger. And also the homes, the pricing of the homes, I'll get to that in a minute, are going to be more money when it comes to the Estates. So I'm basically walking through a little park area. We are in between the area of the Estates and the Classic collection, and they have this little park area, which is nice. There's going to be a bridge that's going to go between the two communities, and this little green area would be great for things such as biking, maybe walking the dog, and stuff like that. Nice green area right in the center of Avondale in Avenir. The other thing I find about the lots here, the pricing is very advantageous. When you start at the Classic level, pricing, believe it or not, starts as low as $12,000 and goes up to $70,000. It really depends on the location of the lot. Is it on water and so forth? Now, if you go to the estate section, they start at 20 and it goes up to 250,000, which might sound like a lot, but in the end, I think there's more value in those lots. I looked at a lot with a client recently. It's basically right down in this area here, because this was like literally 2 weeks ago. These homes were not there. They're building very fast here, well, there was a lot that had an easement, meaning that there was nothing going to be on the one side of the house. It overlooked the lake. It had a nice long lake view, and that lot of land was $150,000. I'm sure it's gone now, but for me, compared to what you get in other communities around Avenir, that is a bargain. I'll go into the amenities in a minute, but one of the things I need to mention here is two great things about this community is if you are a golfer or playing golf, this is a great community. You have basically right now one of the best public courses in the area, which is Sand Hill Crane, which is down that way. If you look at a map, it's right adjacent to an ancient tree. So you have access to that. I know people who love golf, and they tell me that, because I'm not a golfer, so I'm not the right person, but I speak to a lot of people. They tell me it's one of the best public golf courses in the area. They're also building something called Panther National, which is going to be an exclusive golf club. There's been no word on exactly when that's going to be built, when it's going to be finished. They're starting to build it now. But also on that note, they are building estate homes there too. So if you want, one thing I tell people is you want to know what your neighbors are like. You know, what are the other communities around? The estate homes that are going to be off Panther National, which are going to be really in that direction there, and they're going to be, there's not going to be that many of them. They're going to start at 4,000 square feet, going up to 7,500 square feet, and they're going to be millions of dollars. I'm told that they're starting at $4 million. So there's not a lot of public information on this yet, but I'm starting to hear bits and pieces come out. But so one of the reasons I mentioned it, it is important to have homes that are good value nearby, because it will help maintain the value of home here in Avondale, whether you're in Latieri, Coral Isles. It will help maintain the values here in Avenir in Palm Beach, Florida. The other thing about that is that this is going to be a very golf cart friendly community. People love that. More and more of the newer construction communities, and just so you know, we do probably 50%, more than 50% of the homes that we sell, that we help buyers participate here in Palm Beach, are new construction. We are experts. We are new home co-brokers here at Living in Palm Beach, Florida. So we trust me when I say this, we have great relationship with the builders, so we know what we're talking about when it comes to new construction. All the builders today are making it a point to make these communities golf cart friendly. They want so that you could, if that's your house right there, if you wanted to buy that house and move in, let's say early 2023, you can take your golf cart and take it right down the road to the Publix, to the town center, maybe to Sand Hill Crane, everything in the area here in Avenir. The other great thing is I talked about the conservation area that's going to be untouched, that they're never going to build on. They have, I've seen the map of it, they have like walking trails, biking, hiking, all kinds of stuff, trails through there. So if you're an outdoors person and you love nature, this is going to be a great community. You're basically the most northern part of Avenir, so you're basically right against it. They will have walkways from this community into that conservation. So if you're into hiking and all that kind of thing, this is probably the best community in Avenir and in Palm Beach for exactly that. So let's go over pricing. I know that's what everyone's asking, everyone's wondering about. So if you're in the estates, if you're in the classics section, you're going to be at roughly in the lower 700,000s. They're going to go up to, let's say, in the 800,000s. So if you're buying new construction, not just in Palm Beach, but anywhere really in the United States, it is important that you get independent representation. I truly believe that. When you have independent representation, you're not working directly with the builder. One of the benefits that we have is that there's no cost to you. First off, there's no cost to you out of pocket to use us as your representation. We help keep the builders accountable. If you work directly into their sales center, you are essentially working directly with the seller. You are working directly with the employees of the builder. With us, we have a transaction team here at Living in Palm Beach, Florida. We will help keep them accountable. We'll look over the contract. We'll go with you for the drywall inspection. We'll be there for the walkthrough. We'll help you in all aspects of that. If you're out of town, which a lot of our clients are out of town, we'll help look at it. Now, we have clients of the many homes we have under contract right now. They ask me all the time, and I'll go out to the community. In fact, I'm going to do that later today for one of our clients in the Toll Brothers collection. We'll go out and just check on the progress. I'll look at whatever the lot is, and just take a video, send it to him. Hey, this is what's going on in your home. So that's one of the things we help with here at Living in Palm Beach. We help give you independent representation. You'll be working with us, and we have your back when it comes to new construction, as opposed to the seller who really, let's face it, they are basically working for the builder and might not necessarily have your best interest in mind. They want to sell their home. They are starting at $885,000. Now, bear in mind, these are for to-be-built homes. So, and when you look at websites and they say starting from and all that, generally speaking, they are talking about just the model itself. They are not incorporating the price of the land. So if you have any questions about that, reach out to our team. We'd love to tell you a little bit more about how that works. The other thing they don't have is, the other thing they're not mentioning are the options. So you got to incorporate that into your budget. Again, so you have to, those websites can be a little misleading, which is one of the reasons it's important to work with a realtor when it comes to looking at new construction. We can help steer you in the right direction. We do not have a vested interest as to which construction home do you build. Whether you buy in Avondale or Latieri, Coral Isles or Wingate, we just have your back, and we have no vested interest as to which of those communities you choose. So there's going to be a lot of stuff around here when all is said and done in Avenir. One thing I didn't mention is they have a farm coming. I don't think it's going to be the same concept as you see the other pet master plan community that we have here, which is called Arden. It's not going to be of that caliber, but there's going to be some sort of working farm. Again, it's so new here that we're not hearing a lot about everything yet. But we will find out more, and we'll deliver it to you once we hear more. There's going to be a lot of commercial space here. So if you're like a small business and you want to buy a home here and open and have space for your business, that's going to be here. This place is going to look very different next year and the year after. So I tell people that you need a little bit of vision. You need to be patient. For sure, because in 2 years, this place is going to look different. And trust me when I say this, the prices will be higher. The pricing will definitely be different in 2 years from now, because, you know, once these things open, the builders, they raise prices. Here at Avondale, there will be 11 models. They don't have any of the models up. So they are selling these homes, like you can see in the background, these homes under construction. They are selling these homes without the models, and they're selling. So, I know you hear talk in the news about recession and all this kind of stuff, and yes, interest rates are higher, mortgage rates are higher, but homes are still selling. Just so you know, in Palm Beach, 40% of the sales right now are in cash sales, so it's not holding back. We are the #1 state that people are moving to. We are the #1 area that people are moving to in Florida. So when these models finish, rest assured, what they always do, I've seen it so many times, when these models are finished, which they're expected to finish building the models by the end of this year, 2022, they are likely to raise prices. There will be a total of 11 models here. They do have some 1-story, they have some 2 stories, and one of the questions I asked today, I had a meeting with the builders today, one of the questions I asked, because this is one question we get a lot, is will on the 2 stories, do you have some models that have the master bedroom downstairs? The answer in this case here at Avondale is yes. So a lot of builders at all different times, they have all kinds of incentives. If you use their lender, which is Pulte Mortgage currently, they have an incentive of roughly about, and this might change when you watch this video, of roughly about $10,000, which will go towards either your closing costs and or your options. They also have a program on the CDD. Reach out to my office if you want to hear more about that. Can't really go into the detail of that, but they have an incentive to help deter the cost of what a CDD might cost, and you can apply it not necessarily to the CDD, but to other options. But in general, here at this time of the year, a lot of builders have aggressive incentives. Part of the reason is some of the builders are coming up against their fiscal year end. And so we're getting, they want to get their books in order and get these sales in year 2022. So that's why we're seeing some great incentives. And this is one of those communities here at Avondale that's no exception. One of the questions we always get from people coming into the area is, what about the schools? Well, there is going to be a charter school built here. They have it on the plans. I haven't heard much about more than that, whether it's going to be a high school or I actually did hear from one place that it might be a high school, but there will be a charter school. They haven't made an official announcement as to what grade level that's going to be. The amenities here are going to be killer. Look at my video for Avenir amenities to give you a better handle on that. There will be 2 clubhouses in Avenir, and this one will be dedicated to one of those clubhouses. Here at Avondale, they build very quick. Sorry for all the noise in the background, but when you're on a new construction site, there's a lot going on, whether it be landscaping or building and so forth. But one of the things I also wanted to mention regarding the models, they have a to-be-built, they have spec homes. There's gonna basically be 3 stages of homes. That's their plan here. You can buy a home right now and get in here in Avondale in early 2023. I've seen homes that are slated to be finished in February of 2023. In the end, they're going to have 3 basically kinds of homes. You can buy land and build way out. You can buy a to-be built, or you could buy these spec homes. Mind you, if you buy, and I have a list of spec homes, call our office if you want to know what that looks like and the pricing on that. When you look at pricing on these quick delivery homes, they're very different than a to-be built. Lots of times the land is included. That's what's sometimes confusing with these things. So also I'll say is that they have so you have a choice between to be built, which can take somewhere over a year, which by the way, if you choose that route, you can build a pool. All the homes here do have room for a pool, whether you're in the classic or the estate section. But the to be built will take something in the order of over a year, and the spec homes, which they started, you can see behind me, there's some of these homes are not these ones, but somewhere's on the other end, are already in the drywall phase. They're going to be available in the spring. Pricing is aggressive. You will not be able to pick all your options if you buy that way. That's one of the things with quick delivery homes, and that's true about a lot of communities. Call our office if you want to know how that looks. You will have some availability on terms of options you can pick, but in some cases they've already been permitted and or selected the options. So again, call our office and we'll go through what that looks like. I'm at the entrance to Avondale now, and as you can see, there's going to be a virtual gate. So what communities have done here in Palm Beach County in general is they have to keep the HOA down, is they do, instead of doing a full-blown security gate, they do a virtual gate, and they have a person at the end of the line and not on the premises. So that's how they do it. The HOA is targeting to be $331 a month, and that's how they're able to keep the cost low from an HOA perspective, and at the same time provide excellent amenities, which Avenir definitely has. The process to buy here in Avondale is actually pretty easy today. There's no wait list. You can buy right away. Not like there's still some communities that do have wait lists. So we work, Pulte Homes, the builder, is and Devasta are very good with working you through the process. You can actually start pricing the options out. One of the things I need to mention too, when you work with them, a lot of their standard features are pretty high. So as I was speaking to the builder, there are not that many people that come in and spend over $100,000 in options. And the reason is because it comes with pretty high standards, or for pretty high quality for standard. So there's no need to go over and do that. So that's one of the reasons. This is going to be the entrance. We are on the north end of Avenir. It's tucked away a little bit, and back there is going to be your conservation. If you're looking in Avenir, this is definitely one of the communities I would consider. South Florida, Palm Beach Gardens, Avenir, Avondale at Avenir, paradise here in South Florida.